G'day, Steve Morgan here, Australian Bass Tournaments. We're at Ballina for the atomic round of the Daiwa BREAM series. An epic event here at Ballina. There was wind, there was rain, there was waves, and this man beside me here won the trophy from the back of the boat. Mick Thompson, 2.1 kilos on day one, 1.8 kilos on day two, and you showed a clean set of heels to every other angler out there. How does it feel, mate? You must have thought when you drew Grayson on day one that it was going to be a good weekend.
Absolutely. I couldn't believe that. We were so surprised when that popped up. But that just made me feel really confident. You know, I felt nice and calm. I knew, because we pre-fished together, that we could go out and do the same thing again. And it's like you said, it's just a bit of a confidence thing as well, and you just feel calm and relaxed. It was great.
I think talking to you at the presentation, it was an epic amount of fish you caught for the weekend. Like, there were guys that were struggling to bring 1, 2, 3 fish in to the weigh-in. You caught how many fish for the weekend? Over
100. I really couldn't count, but it would have been 50 to 60 today. It was just incredible. Not a lot of big ones. Probably only caught about 15 or 16 legals today, but just heaps of them. So it's a good fishery.
Now, if someone's going to come to Ballina, I assume this rig here is what you would be telling them to use. What have you got? Because it's a fair assortment of sponsor product.
Yes, well, this is my Daiwa end feet. This is the 681, the light one.
Yep. 6'8". It's a bit less than 7 foot.
Yep. And I find it really good with the plastics. You can cast a good distance with it. It's got great action to it. You can fight big fish with it. Matched up with the Luvius and the bait junkie.
Now, tell us what sort of line and leader you run with that. It looks like some of the J-braid.
That's the J-braid Grand. I really like this braid. I just seem to have no problems with it. I don't really get wind knots out. It's nice and easy to tie. And that's the silver thread 4-pound leader.
Tell us about the bait. That's a bloodworm colour, but it's one of the smaller bait junkie minnows.
Yes, that's a 2.5-inch minnows in the bloodworm.
What's your retrieve style?
Basically, just big long cast out. Let it settle to the bottom. Gather your line up. Just little twitches. Basically, just trying to get it to hop off the bottom a little bit. Just let it sit for a bit, hop it a bit, and just slowly work it back to the boat. A lot of the times, you'd go to hop it, and the fish would already be on. They're just sort of grabbing it while it was sitting there doing nothing.
It seems like Daiwa was really nailed finesse gear. This thing weighs nothing, does it?
They are so light, which is so hard in my hands. When you're used to carrying big timber all the time, you're afraid you're going to throw them off the boat.
No, that's awesome. Awesome to see that nearly every single part of that outfit is a sponsor product. Who were your two boaters for the weekend? We know you fished with Grayson on day one, but today, who'd you fish with?
I had Craig Temple today. Very good angler. Like, he was just a ball to fish with for the day. We chatted all day, had a lot of things in common. Great man.
Awesome. And that's the whole thing about ABT. You get to fish with a whole lot of different people, learn a whole lot of different things, and by the end of it, you probably know more about what boat is better than the other than anyone else.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, you do. You do work those things out.
So anyone sitting on the fence, give it a go as a non-boater. What's your advice?
I always say to people, you can't catch fish if your lure's not in the water. So just keep casting. Don't sit down. Just keep going. And you learn from your boaters. If you're not learning from your boaters, you're just not learning at all. So, follow from examples and just try and match what they're doing a lot of the times.
Well, there you go. Great advice there from Bill Mick, the non-boater champion from the atomic event here at Ballina.